Kentucky is one of 23 states that already have laws that restrict access to abortion and is one of 13 that has a trigger law immediately going into effect if Roe is overturned. Yet at the same time, only 30% of Americans who live in states with these kinds of restrictions have any idea that they exist. 70% of Americans don't even know that abortion would be illegal where they live if Roe isn't there to protect us anymore. We know, as Jennifer said, that this will hurt poor people, it will hurt Black people, it will hurt brown people, and it will hurt immigrants. And we know that it will not eliminate or even reduce the number of abortions in our Commonwealth. It will just make abortions unsafe and dangerous. So what can you do? First, right now, donate to an abortion support fund like Planned Parenthood or Kentucky Health Justice Network right now. These advocates are working to make sure that access to safe abortions continue and that people living in counties that do not have providers are still able to get the health care that they need. Second, focus on the people that will be enforcing these laws. We're lucky here in Louisville. We're a blue dot in a red state. At some point, every horrifying law becomes a bureaucratic process. So who are the local prosecutors that have the power to decide whether or not to charge people who seek an abortion? Who are the local government officials who can allocate enough resources towards reproductive health care before Roe falls? We have got to ensure that access to abortion is protected right here. Third, support Protect Access Kentucky. It's a fund that's been set up specifically to fight against Amendment 2, which is on the ballot this November. It will amend our Kentucky Constitution to permanently, unalterably outlaw abortion in our Commonwealth. Fourth, go vote. Elections matter. They always matter, but they matter now more than ever. Not just this year, not just this cycle, but in every single election from here on out. Vote for candidates who will choose the safety of the people that they represent without hesitation and without half measures. We have had 50 years to make the right to abortion law, not an opinion. And for all of that time, we have lacked the political courage to do it. A majority of Kentuckians identify as pro-life, but 65%, almost 2/3, believe that we should have access to reproductive health care, which includes abortion. There is no excuse, and there is no more time. This is an education issue. This is an awareness issue. We have got to take back the narrative, take back the majority, and take back our country. They have been working at this for half a century, but there are more of us who believe that abortion is not a political issue. It is healthcare, pure and simple. And it has got to be kept accessible for every single one of us. Look around you. You are all surrounded by warriors. All of us here reject control over our bodies, and we will fight for the right to decide our own lives. It will take time. It will take discipline and focus. It will take more than hashtags. But we are here today to roll up our sleeves. We are in it for the long haul, and we are here to win. All right, let's give it up next for Senator Dr. Karen Berg.
Good afternoon, everybody. And let me tell you, it is wonderful. It is wonderful to see this many people together with your amazing signs and your amazing presence saying, enough is enough. We have had enough of this. And that is the truth. You know, I have some prepared remarks, and I'm not all that good, honestly, at speaking in public. It's not what I want to do. And there with my prepared. You know, guys, the truth is that the right to control what is happening with our own body is an absolute, basic, fundamental human right. And for legislators to come in and tell you what you can and cannot do for your own reproductive health care, it is wrong. It is not how we behave as citizens of the United States of America. And we are on the verge. We are now on the verge of losing that decision-making power. It is happening, and it is happening now. And it's not in a vacuum. There have been political operatives, many of whom we have voted from this state, from the state of Kentucky, who have packed our courts, who have played with the system for 50 years until they finally got to the point where they think that they have won. But let me tell you guys, they will not win. This is too important. This is too important to the basic dignity of women and those people with uteruses. This is too important to the trajectory of their lives, who they will become, and how they will live for the rest of their life. And nobody has the right to come in and tell you you have to bear a child. That is your right to decide that you are physically, emotionally, financially, in every way, shape, and form capable of meeting that obligation. And if you're not, you're not. And you have that right to have your voice heard over your own bodily functions. It's not a tough one, guys. It's not a tough one. In Kentucky, we are now talking about victims of rape and incest being forced to bear a child. These are people who never had a choice. Nobody ever gave them a choice. They have been forced into an untenable situation that will and can and does destroy the rest of their lives. And if there was any other medical condition that was forced upon somebody without their consent, without their will, that we could fix and make them as whole again as possible, would we not be doing it? I mean, that is what we do in medicine. We try to make people whole and healthy. And honestly, the choice as to what you do with your pregnancy is part of that decision-making process. I mean, I'm talking about people being forced to stay in dangerous, sometimes deadly relationships because they have no other way to feed or house their children. We are talking about forcing people into long-term dangerous relationships because they are desperate. They have children they can't care for, they can't feed, and they can't house. And so you'll put yourself through just about anything at that point. You will, because you don't have a choice. But this is 2022, guys. We have a choice. And I know I'm talking to the choir here, guys, but each and every one of us has to understand at this point what the work is ahead of us. Because if we don't do it, this will become reality. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do here in Kentucky? We march. We make our voices heard. We get to the gosh darn polls. We vote. And we vote like our lives are on the line because, guys, they are. Our lives, our children's lives, the trajectory of the future. For those of us born with a uterus is on the line. So now I know Representative Kulkarni talked to you about this, but you guys understand in November, there is a constitutional amendment on the ballot here in Kentucky that if it passes, will say that there is nothing in law to be construed in the state of Kentucky that offers a woman a right to decide her own reproductive health care. It will say there is no right to an abortion in this state whatsoever. So the first thing we got to do, guys, we got to get everybody to the polls in November. And we have to vote that down so loud and so clear that the Republicans in Frankfurt start to freaking listen to us. That is what we have to do. We have to show them that they don't have the power, guys. We have the power. We have the people. We care. We are on a mission, and we will not stop. That is it. That is what it's going to take. And to all of you all that got out there in our last election cycle and voted like it mattered. And now we're looking, there's a war in Ukraine, gas prices are going up, inflation is bad. Everybody's like, well, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we made a mistake. Let me tell you guys, we gave them 50 years to get this done. We are going to have to work through election cycle and election cycle and election cycle with our eye on the prize that is over there. We cannot give up. We cannot be tired. We cannot be weary, and we cannot be quiet. We have to take, every one of us has to take 10, 20, 50, 100 people to the polls. And you have to say, here in Kentucky, we have that power. And we do. We have the majority. We have the community spirit. We have the support. We just have to use it. We have to say, you know what? We're not going to be quiet. When my very first election, they asked me, honestly, as a Democratic woman, do I want the public support of Planned Parenthood or not? because people were scared it was going to hurt you. Now, I know myself, and I said, hell yeah. I mean, this is something I will never, ever be quiet on this subject. But guys, you got to understand, we need you. Those of us who are elected, we need the voters to speak behind us, to support us, to show our colleagues in Frankfurt that we are here, we are proud, we are loud, we have money behind us, and we have folks behind us, and we will take you down. I know, that's why I want to hear some more, y'all. Let's go. Yeah. All right, up next we have Representative Josie Raymond. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello, I'm State Representative Josie Raymond. And I'm pissed off. I got my IUD the other day. Anybody else? With my colleagues, I have been fighting these BS abortion restrictions in Frankfurt for years. But I learned last week that I was in denial. I didn't know I was in denial until I read the leaked opinion. I thought abortion is freedom. Abortion is liberty. Abortion rights are settled. The draft opinion wrecked me and pissed me off. If our elected officials, state and federal, won't prioritize our health and our independence, and they won't, we've got to do it for ourselves. When they try to subjugate us, it's up to us to run for office, to work on campaigns, to advocate for paid leave and pre-K, and to win the fight against the BS amendment that would say we have no right to make decisions about our own bodies. We are in this together now, like our mothers and our grandmothers were in the 60s and 70s, which used to feel like a very long time ago to me. And now we need to turn to them and say, teach us. We are ready to learn, and now is the time. If you do not have enough people who are here in your phone, I need you to turn to people around you and put them in your phone. Hands off my body, buddy, would be a great thing to enter. We need to trade numbers, because if you need help tomorrow or 10 years from now, this is your community. An OB friend told me this morning that OBGYN educators are scrambling to brush up on treating septic abortions, which are infections after untrained, unsafe abortions. They know what's coming. Abortion bans make medical procedures less safe. Can you imagine the Kentucky legislature choosing to make other medical procedures less safe? Only this. They're only coming for this, for us. We are going backwards for now, not forever. And we are not alone. There are more of us who believe in the power of women and people with uteruses to make decisions about the destiny of their own lives. And while I am angry and I am sad, I am no longer in denial. And I am grateful to be in this fight with all of you. Now it is time for us to come together more than ever to donate to our abortion funds, to learn how to access abortion bills, to vote for people who believe in abortion rights, and to vote against the amendment that says we cannot make decisions for our own bodies. Now is the time to make your values and your position known to the people around you and say to them, legal or illegal, I've got you. We know that abortion is a civil right and a human right. We will never be wrong, and we will win. Thank you all.
All right, up next we have Jackie McGann. Can you give a hand of applause for Jackie McGann, please?
Hey, everybody. My name is Jackie McGranahan. I am from the ACLU of Kentucky, and I want to start. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to start by saying, look how many fucking people are here. Listen, they are scared. This is not what they want to happen. And we all have to continue getting involved, right? So we're going to send a message to all the people who are listening outside the gates. I'm going to say, I'm not real good with chants, but I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to say, when abortion rights are under attack, what do we do? And you all scream, stand up, fight back. Ready? When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do? Fuck yes. All right, so just like what everyone else said before me, the battle is just beginning. We have a long journey ahead of us. They are not only trying to ban access to abortion, that's the first stop. But once they start taking away constitutionally protected rights, none of us are safe. There is not anybody here safe. Roe versus Wade is only the first stop. We all have to get involved. And in Kentucky, the battle is starting with that constitutional amendment that everybody was talking about. So there's a group called Protect Kentucky Access, and it's coming to a town near you. And this isn't just the time for the people who are here to vote no on the ballot. You need to talk to all the people around you. You need to talk to even people who are like, oh, don't agree with the way that we feel about abortion. You need to explain to them how important it is to vote the other way, because we cannot lose that fight. We can't lose that fight. So I heard Jenny over here talking about how not only are we losing access to abortion, being pregnant is more dangerous today than it was for our parents, our grandparents. Maternal mortality, and that's the rates that people who are pregnant die, are raising, and they're raising it's getting ridiculously high. And if you live west of 9th Street, and for Black women and Black parents, 1 in 4. We all have to get involved, and you can't it can't stop just with abortion rights. We have to get involved in all of these inequalities that are happening to you, to me, to your neighbor. We're all in this together. We're all in this together, right? So when abortion rights are under attack, what do we do? Yeah.
All right, can we get a hand for all the wonderful speakers that we heard so far today? Besides speakers, we also have some incredible performers that are also going to be here today. The first one that we're having is Lady Laveau. Are you ready? Can we get a hand for Lady Laveau, everyone? you want to keep that mic on? Hey, my name's Lady Laveau. I'm really excited to be here, really grateful. Thank you to everyone who has given a great speech. This is probably the biggest stage I've ever been on, so I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'm excited to be here. I just want to express my gratitude to Savannah for telling me about this opportunity. Yeah, I'm gonna perform some songs for you guys from my own unreleased album. So y'all gotta get some of the exclusive stuff. But yeah, also just wanted to talk about how important the issue is, why we're here today. I couldn't imagine I'm 21 years old. Personally, I couldn't imagine having a kid right now. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine not having the ability to have access to healthcare that could, save my life or other people's lives. So I'm glad that I'm here today to be a part of something so much bigger than myself. And thank you all for coming as well to support. And yeah, are y'all ready? Well, I also have my friend here, Guitar Gramps. He's gonna be performing a special song at the end with me. He plays the guitar, yes. But yeah, all right, we're gonna get started, I guess. This first song is called Clarity. Here I go again, the cycle my recent loving to new beginnings. Word, I'm in the world, now I'm in the ring. Struggling in love, it's no human being I've become. Hey, once upon a time I walked with perfect clarity. I could see everything right in front of me. Now the clouds coming down, vision getting foggy. Earth that surrounds knock me off of my feet. Lightning strike the ground, but nothing can shock me. The devil is distraction trying to stop me. But I can't let that happen, I won't accept defeat. Won't let him beat off of the energy I breathe. Rid myself of the disease that's plaguing me. Become something in between a wolf and sheep. Rid myself of the disease that's plaguing me. Become something in between a wolf and sheep. Here I go again. The cycle repeats. And I reach another end. To new beginnings. Word, I'm in the rough, now I'm in the ring. I'm struggling in love, there's no human being I've become. Yeah. Walking down the yellow brick road, I don't know where I might go, but I know I follow this road. Lead me to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, you know I got that four-leaf clover, and you know it's a story, it ain't over. And you know we going, going, going. Here I go again, cycle repeat, and I reach another end to new beginning. Diamond in the rough, now I'm in the ring. I'm struggling in love, still human being I've become. Yeah. That was my first song, Clarity. Thank you. This next song is called Goldilocks. And I call it Goldilocks because y'all know the story of the three bears, right? How, the port is too cold, too hot. Well, basically, I was in this relationship where this guy, like, ghosted me. And then he tried to come back months later, Months later down the road, trying to hit me up. And I was like, nah, I deserve Goldilocks. I deserve, like, the perfect balance, Not too hot, not too cold. So that's what this next song is going to be. Goldilocks. Uh-oh.
All right, so I'm at the Reproductive Rights Rally here at Planned Parenthood in Louisville. I appreciate you watching, sharing out. Definitely helps the algorithms. That was all the speakers today. I'm going to give you all a quick tour here before I get out of here. Let's check it out. Few food trucks here.
That came over the step. Yeah, women supporting women. This next song is called Bitter Taste. It's because some people have bitter taste. You have it. I don't know, it's trying, so you might be. Is it low, is it not? Stay the tape, because you only try to trust. Twice you, another one, like it does. That's okay. Just made a complicated.
Get this one is here. All right, y'all, this is where I'm going to cut it. Appreciate you again for watching. Share this out. Till next time, y'all.